Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for kickoffs and kick-ons.
You count me? I think we've already started.
Have we? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yes, g'day and welcome to the KOKO Show kickoffs and kick-ons. We are back.
In a big way.
Woo! Yeah. 3 weeks off. We are refreshed. We are pumped and we are ready to go. And it is a massive thanks to MYER, My Store MYER, for providing us with this show. They give us a little bit of money each week, which means we can survive. Look, all I want to say is bring on those rolling mauls, bring on those cheeky jackals, and bring on those 5-man lineouts because it's all about rugby here at the KOKO.
And we're clean shaven too, aren't we, Prof?
We are.
Prof, take your hat off.
Yeah, it's
run
an
us
interesting
through it,
look,
like-
isn't
I
it?
don't understand why we're laughing. I think you look great.
Thank you.
Uh,
Do you want to describe it for the people listening?
well, you look a lot like Dr. Evil.
Or Gits' his left nut. Because we know how tight he runs the Mac 3.
Right, the
over
way
those
Gits
little
looks at the
beautiful
moment,
things.
Gits his left nut would be a bit more tan than what Prof said is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a bit of sun, but there's a reason why I am
Yeah.
more pale than normal. Almost.
Should we get to that, or you got to
Sorry,
do so?
let me finish. We have one last push to the end of the year. Yes, 7 shows to go. So much to look forward to. Those Southern Hemisphere heroes, they're packing their ruggers and their Gilberts and their Vortex high cut kicking tees, and they're heading north of the equator to take on the NHLs on their home soil. But more importantly, there is a group of plucky young adventurers who will also say farewell to their sunburnt country and make the very long pilgrimage to the great wintry north. We will get into all of that, both their journey and ours in the pod. Gentlemen, intros. What would you like? Drew's
Goy
just
just wants the gin.
Oh, you want to?
I didn't want to interrupt you.
No.
Mate, just get it over to let him.
There you go. Beautiful. Hey, what is the theme for today's intros, you ask? Let me tell you. Why don't I pause for a sec while
No, you're good, mate. Keep going.
Sure?
Yeah, we're
All right, the theme. Well, it's only 2 sleeps until Halloween. I'm
Oh.
sure I don't need to tell you
hence
guys.
the Dr. Evil.
That's right. That's why I got dressed up as Goit Scrotum.
Voldemort.
Voldemort, there you go. I haven't been clean shaven in about 15 years. And
Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
Whoa, I think you pushed it a little
Yeah.
too far.
How does
there.
that feel in the shower?
I haven't had a shower yet.
Yeah, right. In the bath?
No?
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
It is the month for it. We are back, and that means the intros are back, gents. And that means they're themed.
Ooh,
and
what's
as
the theme?
the theme, thank you, Biv, is Halloween.
I love
Ooh,
that.
I like it. How many sleeps?
Only a couple of sleeps away.
Wow.
31st of October.
Your kids get into it, or they're still a little young?
They do. They do. My missus is mad for it.
It's becoming almost like America, yeah?
Yeah.
Our kids. There's streets. We've had to decorate our house, which was a ball lake. Kids loved it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you were out there on your step ladder doing stuff, weren't
I
you?
had to, yes.
Bullshit.
I did most of it, you asshole.
Do you decorate your house, Swoop?
No.
You didn't want to ask me, Prof?
Sorry, do you
That would be creepy.
Yeah.
You got
I'm like,
no-
come in, kids.
Yeah. Do you decorate your
No,
house?
I don't decorate
Okay.
mine, no.
Sorry about that, mate. Now, just so you know, I arrived home at 10 o'clock on Saturday and I'm heavily jet lagged. I don't actually know where I am or what I'm doing, so I'm going to fuck up a lot today.
I love how
Oh,
he
yeah.
just
Makes excuses.
pre-context.
But it's also like, what have you been jet lagged all year? You know what I mean? Like,
That's not funny. Righto. So my suggestions are what you should dress up as for Halloween
Perfect.
Love
based
it.
on
Love it.
scary characters. Let's start with you, Gits. Perfect. You should dress as Chucky from Chucky. I think we've got a picture here, Tommy. We figured being from Canberra, you would already have multiple sets of overalls. And also, if you wear a shoe with a decent heel on them, you would be almost the same height as him. So,
And he wears little red Adidas.
Yeah. That's you all the way there.
love it.
Drew, you should dress as Pennywise from the movie
Oh, yeah.
It.
Just
Just
lurking in the
yeah.
sewers.
He's also a clown, and like you, sleeps at times in the gutter. And he's also great with other people's kids.
Have you done
Which
that
is-
before?
Not it.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter. Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, Swoop, you should dress as Predator. because, well, you can just dress as yourself.
Jesus.
What's that sound? Oh, I don't know the sound.
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Is that
I
what
think
Arnold
so, yeah.
says? Hey, I've got written here next. What have you been up to? We had 3 weeks off. People are missing this show. Who would like to start? Let's start with you, Glenn.
Yeah.
What have you been up to in the last 3 weeks, mate?
Summer sport, it's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I've been seeing you kids doing everything. Been
tell me
playing
about it.
Oztag. They've been playing, swimming?
Yeah, swimming, Oztag, futsal, basketball. Like, if it's there, my missus go the opening of an envelope at the moment. Like, it's. Yeah, it's been a lot, Prof.
That's a lot of registration fees, guys.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't wait for this to come back.
Mm.
One, may cover one of the registrations, but two, I'm not home.
Are your kids any good at any of these sports?
They're all amazing.
Of course they are.
Because we review this, remember?
Oh, yeah,
as
with
a
the family.
So the kids are great. They're really growing into themselves.
What about little Winter? What's she into?
She's swimming, Barbies, but yeah, that's.
She
just
dances
been
a lot?
busy. Yeah, she's dancing, but I'm trying to keep her away from dance.
Yeah.
Every girl parent has told me keep them away because they chew up your weekends.
Yeah, right.
No
Dance
betting,
mums,
drinking,
Stedford. What is it?
Rocket Stedford. Yeah, that's it.
Stedfords, yeah.
But
Do
it's
you
in
jet
the
lag?
dress up.
Yeah.
Drew, you, last few weeks?
Mate, just been working.
Oh, yeah.
Working Monday to Friday. Otherwise, pretty chill. You know what I did? I bought a treadmill, guys. I cleaned out a spare room
Yeah,
of
he
mine.
did. Yeah.
Put a treadmill in the spare room because I just know my habits. And I know that after 40 years, I'm not going to change those habits. So work around your habits. So I don't like to go for a run outdoors because if I get 3-5 Ks away and I have had enough, I've got to get home. So then I figure if I've got a treadmill in the room next door to where I wake up, if I run and I'm done after 300 metres, fucking go and have a shower, mate. If I run and
I don't think you'd need the shower, you reckon?
Yeah, well, probably. I'm not that fit at the moment. I'm sweating.
What's
Just
the
getting to
furthest
the
you've run so far?
I had an 8.5K day.
Woo!
Yeah. But otherwise, what else have I been?
What do you do? For 8.5K, is there a screen you're watching or a show? Or?
Look, I don't want to plug them, but yeah, there's like a screen. You can do different little trails around the world and all of that. I also happen to look out over the pool of my complex, so maybe just a bit distracted by that.
Well, it's the only run on Saturday afternoons.
And I've been pretty lucky on the old tradies laptop. Swoop and I hit a grand jackpot.
We got the 7. We got the grand. We got the grand. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Took him to the cleaners. 7.5.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Gee, you've had a great 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, then I also got the win of Cox Plate on the weekend via Sistina. Yeah. So I'm flying, fellas.
Hey,
anyone want a line?
You're on a heater.
is there any, truth to the rumour that you played in a cricket tournament on the weekend?
I did. I went up to Brisbane on Friday for the Born MRI charity, which is Dean and his wife Sarah's charity that they started. So there was it's called the Bris Bash out at East Rugby Club. Just went there. I was a captain of a team. My team got eliminated. I filled in for another team in the final. Took the ball, 2-run in my bowling over. And then I went back on for the final over. Fellas, you wouldn't believe it. Like Scott Tweedy, who's the host of Australian Idol, he was facing up at me and he just needed 2 to win. And on the last over.
2 runs from the last over.
No, 2 runs on the last ball to win. And every run on the final over is worth double.
Yeah, right.
So what do? I run down, I bowl a wide.
I thought you were going to do the Kiwi against the New Zealand.
Oh, the underarm.
I was going to do that, but I didn't know because Dean Mum was the umpire and I thought he'd just like to jam me and give me a 2-ball, no ball anyway. So then I just threw it. I was doing the stutter step on the way in. I knew the whole run up that it was not going to go well.
How'd you go on the bat side? You hit a couple of dingers.
Really good. Actually, I had this one girl bowling to me and she was throwing absolute fruit down. And I was like 6, 6, 6. And I just was fucking ruthless.
No respect. I like that.
Good on you. And it is a good time to announce our beer sponsor.
Yeah.
So we have Times Brewing Co.
Easy times, easy drinking.
James? It is too good, and it's so good to have them on board. And they've also are responsible for our cans. I don't think you can buy them anymore, but I think we're going to do another release closer to Christmas.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Beers.
Got to get in for the pre-sale.
You do.
Yeah, you've got to get into the pre-sale.
All right. Hey, you think that.
What did Swoop get up to?
Oh, did I skip
And what
him?
about you?
Oh fuck.
What's everyone done?
Swoop, what about you? Hey, you had 3 weeks.
So glad you asked.
No, my pleasure.
Well, I didn't travel, so I'm not jet lagged.
Mm.
A little bit like Drew, just working, plugging away.
Glad we got to you. That was
Thanks,
good.
mate.
No, but I think it's important.
Yeah, it is.
I'm with you.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
nothing. Didn't. Was
No, not
there-
really. A couple of, a bit of refurb, a couple of extensions to the doghouse. I mean,
It must
it's
be
looking-
nice now.
It's,
What
yeah,
is
it's
it,
looking pretty
palatial?
good. It's actually now a working farm. I've got some cattle in there, but dairy, chickens are laying eggs.
fantastic.
Mate, it's a bit going on there.
Llamas are spitting.
Yeah.
Is there room for all of us in there now? I know that you were.
Mate, it's 8 bedrooms.
Is it?
Oh,
That
get
is
in
one
there.
hell of a
They've all got
doghouse.
king setups. You're welcome anytime, Prof. I know you're
Yeah, I mean,
you're an occasional
yeah.
starter, I know.
Yeah,
It's all
no,
right, your
you
bedroom.
worry hey, let's get into this.
What did you get up to,
oh,
Prof?
God,
Oh,
sorry,
Prof.
sorry. I went away for 3 weeks to the UK. I went and did a recce for
Yep.
our upcoming spring/autumn tour. I tell you, people wouldn't leave me alone.
Really?
Just KOKO everywhere I went. I was on with the family.
Yeah.
Just trying to have some downtime.
You didn't want to wear like a ski mask? It's pretty cold up there.
It was cold. We were in Scotland for a lot of it. Just smashing iron brew and, getting
Where
a
else did
high
you
off
get to?
haggis. We did London. We did Birmingham. We did Paris. We did Glasgow. I think that's it.
Gee, that's a good trip.
It was a decent trip.
Yeah.
What's
that?
nice up there?
What's
Bloody hell.
haggis? What is haggis?
I believe it's the
Blood? Isn't it blood pudding or something?
Now that's black pudding. That's
Oh.
blood sausage,
Right.
which we all get on occasion. But it's sheep's stomach lining, I believe.
it?
Yeah, it's good though. It's like it's spicy.
No, you
Right.
can have it.
Is it still nice, is it?
Yeah, we got it as a starter one night and I smashed it. I thought it was pretty. It was pretty good. So we'll have plenty of haggis because we are going to Scotland. It is one of the 4 places that we are visiting. Well, it's 5 if you count Dubai as well. For this Northern Hemisphere tour, thanks to MIXR, it is going off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gents, the ticket sales, I've got written here crazy amounts of tickets sold. There are still some available at the Cardiff Walkabout.
Geez, wouldn't it be nice to say we've sold out the entire tour?
Well,
I don't think
I'm
we're far off,
upset
Drew.
that Cardiff, that's the first spot we get to,
Yeah.
and there's still tickets available. Like, that's the one
That's where
we've loved. Wales and Revs. And Millennium Stadium, I know it's different now. It's
Principality.
Principality Stadium, but yeah, we'd love to see a full house there.
well, I mean, is Cardiff, are Welsh people traditionally slow to buy tickets? I don't know. Is that a thing?
Well, I
Do
mean,
they wait just before an event or
Welsh fellow I know, Lee Halfpenny's just slow in general.
is he?
Yeah,
so maybe that's it.
It could just be
Yeah,
that.
he's a bit slow.
Isn't he?
He's going well at the Harlequins, though. Good on him.
Yeah, good on him.
London sold out first show. A ding, ding, ding. Real quick. I've got 8 seconds written here.
Wow.
Faster than apparently Oasis.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they said. Liam and Noel Gallagher tried to get tickets. No good.
Yeah.
They're in a queue.
Line up,
They
fellas.
line up. We've got a second show now, the day before on the Wednesday. We've already sold over 100 tickets to that one. So
Let's sell the whole tour
sell
out.
the whole thing out. Buy for London. Dublin, 30 tickets left. I've got
Wow.
written here. Dublin sold very quickly. They in Ireland very good. And then Edinburgh, 10 tickets left. I like that. That's what we normally say.
Yeah.
10 tickets left in Edinburgh. Please.
So Wales are dropping the ball at the moment, are they?
Yeah. Did you want to have a chat?
On
Don?
and off the pitch.
Oh, I back him.
Yeah, well,
No,
I
back
mean, it has
Still
been
some
the
time.
team that I support in Six Nations pretty
Wales.
consistently.
Oh,
So I'm a little disappointed.
I
have
think
to
they'll
jump
turn
off
out.
that.
I think they'll turn out. Now, just remember with MIXR, it's your go-to for good times. It's the app that makes going out a good time. Oh, fuck me. Mate, I'm just hopeless today. It's the app that makes going out a good time every time. Download now to earn points at some of your favourite bars, pubs and venues and get a free pint of Stone and Wood Pacific Ale when you buy a ticket. So get on there and do that. Which venue are you looking most forward to, gents? Swoop, start with you. Which town are you really going to tear it up? Where's
think-
Holiday Swoop going to let his...
I think Dublin. I think
Ooh.
we'll get a good turnout in Dublin.
I'm
They
most
love-
looking forward to the airport departure lounge. Just to get on the road with you guys, get in the air.
Mm.
It's been a while since we've toured, proper
Yeah.
tour. It's like old times.
I'm very excited about
Yeah.
it. It's going to be... You know why? Because you guys get me into the fancy lounges. The 3 of you. You get me into business. Or first. You got me into first class lounge once.
You like that?
Yeah, it was really good. Ordered everything. Absolutely everything. Didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you still got status? First class status? Anybody?
Actually,
Yeah.
don't.
Oh, don't you?
I think it's I've dropped
I can
down.
only get 2
Guys,
in.
we don't need a fucking card
Honestly,
to show.
Yes.
We don't need a card to show that we're first class status.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can you get?
I can get 2 in.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Get on your knees, prof.
I'm there anyway. Let's face it. Right. Hey, before we do any of our funny stuff at night, we're actually doing the Welsh game when Australia take on Wales. You can get there and see us as well. If you go to wru.wales/VIP, we're doing it from the Players Lounge at, what's the stadium called? Principality. Get out there and we'll do a little song and dance before the show starts. Make sure you come and meet us, say good day, have a pint or two. Also, there are still tickets available, general public tickets to that game. You can get them for £30 for adults or £15 for under 18s. Go to wru.wales/tickets. Get there and support the Welsh and the Wallabies.
That's pretty reasonable.
What's that convert to, Aussie dollars?
You double it, wouldn't you? Is it?
Yeah, I can too. 'Cause I
Close
just,
60 and 30.
I'm bankrupt after going there.
Yeah.
Our Aussie dollar stinks at the moment.
Yep.
Jesus.
How are you going to get up there again in 2 weeks?
I don't know, mate. So I'm just going to get over jet lag, and then I'm going to get it again,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to get. Let's not get
But the
into
jet lag with the fellas is so much more enjoyable than jet lag.
You actually
with the
won't get
kids.
jet lag over there because he'll keep you nocturnal. He'll keep you on
it.
Aussie time.
Well, the last time we went,
That's the trick. Just stay on this time zone, right?
the other joint that we're stopping on the way home is the Dubai Sevens,
Oof.
and I've got a big announcement. It's already been announced, but I'm going to announce it again. Stormzy,
Shut up. See what I did there?
I did. Yeah.
I did.
He has confirmed as the headline act, and get this, we've all got backstage passes to meet him.
There you go.
I made that
Wow.
up.
For him to meet us.
Surely now, yeah, he loves the show.
He's blinded by your grace, by
Um,
your grace. Lord, I is walking.
Yeah, I reckon you're the one
although
that should meet him first because you're right into his songs.
Yeah, he's good.
I don't really know any.
I just know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you pick a fight with him, or
Nah, no, we're tight. Well, I hope so.
I just know you Bruno
Will be.
Mars. You picked a fight. LL Cool J. No,
No,
the wrong
Buster
guy.
Rhymes.
Buster Rhymes.
Yeah.
That was a mistake you made, I think. All right. You can see us also on the Sunday. That's us. So you've got a choice between us or Stormzy. I know which one you'd be going.
Oh,
there's
we going
Oh, we're going
head
head
to
to
head.
head with
clashing.
him. What a
Oh,
silly
no.
choice.
live from the Sunroom on Sunday. For all info on the Emirates Dubai Sevens and to get your tickets to that and anything else, then head to our website, www.kickoffsandkickons.com. That's it. It's the tour of a lifetime.
Wow.
Amazing. A lot of info there.
I know.
Just get on the website, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy your tickets, come along,
Do what you
enjoy
can.
yourself.
And also buy other stuff on there, merch and stuff. And I think there's also, you can send a note to say who your favourite member of the cast is.
Or who your least favourite is.
Don't do that.
Have you got access?
To
Can you change? If
Change
they
what?
say who their favourite is.
Oh yeah, I'll go in and change it all. Trust me.
Edit it.
When they write Giddo's nut, we hate that guy. Right, it's time to chat some rucks and malls.
Yeah.
The
you go.
rugby roundup segment. God, we love this one. Was there a stinger for this, Hugo? I don't remember. It was 3 weeks ago. No.
Play it.
No, apparently there's no stinger.
Play it anyway.
Play it. Wallabies will be going north, as we mentioned, for what we call a spring tour, but what up north they call, get this, they call it the autumn tour.
Yeah, well, makes sense.
Does. We take on England at Twickenham, Saturday the 9th of November. We follow that up with a game against Wales, Cardiff, Sunday the 17th of November. Then Scotland at Murrayfield, Sunday, November 24th. Then Ireland in Dublin, Saturday, November 30th. And then the big one, Australia A, they take on Bristol. That's a big ticket. And England A as well on tour. So,
I don't know. We're not Australia A, are we?
What are we?
I think it's Australia 15.
Okay.
Really?
that might be the old cricket side.
You know what I think it might be? Now, look, I don't know.
No, go for it.
Yep.
But if you play Australia A, then you're then capped.
Oh, okay, so it's stopping anyone
No,
who
so
wants to get a contract overseas.
that's what it would have done. But now that it's Australia 15, it's not.
that's good.
Right? So,
That's good from.
yeah.
So hang on a second.
Well,
So
I think maybe Rupert might have. Who knows?
Well, that's great from Rupert then.
Yeah.
we played Australia back in 2006. I think. Remember
Yeah.
the two little leg
Yeah.
against Fiji,
Fiji, yeah.
Adelaide, Melbourne. So we didn't get caps then though.
You don't get capped, but your eligibilities.
You
To
then
that-
don't go
to
as
that
uncapped,
country.
I think,
Right, okay.
for
Yeah.
Jap or
But anyway, that's
French
a
contract.
that's a side.
No, I like it. That's very good. Hey, the squad, that came out. Any surprise selections?
I thought the tool shed, who never really got a crack with the Wallabies, got moved to the Australia 15. I thought maybe it's just to give him more game time, but that was the initial shock for me, especially when he's in the photo.
Well, it's one photo for Australia 15, one photo for the Wallabies.
So what I need to know, is there going to be any crossover? Are they travelling separately or are they travelling as a group? What's the...
So you're talking about between the Wallabies and the Australia 15 squad?
Yep.
I'd imagine they travel together for the most part, so they train together as squads and do opposed sessions and get the most out of what they could. And to your point around Corey Toole, I agree, but I think maybe Joseph Sua'ali'i's inclusion into the Wallabies squad probably squeezed an outside back out. I think Tane Edmed...
Will he play wing though?
I mean, I don't know where he'll play, but I would play him at 13. That's where I see him.
I'd do the same, yeah.
But I mean, but Lenny Ikitau's been strong as well, and that's not a slight against Len. I just think that his best position would be 13.
Yes, I agree with exactly that. I think Len's been great, but if you are going to play Joseph, I think 13. Although 13, that's the hardest position in the backline.
I don't think they'll start him there.
Yeah,
it's a tough starting point for someone who's inevitably still learning the game. I think you'd know, Drew. You'd start him on the edge, right? Because really,
no, mate, you've got.
Geez, we've got two opposing views there.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah, sure.
A bloke who will probably end up in the 13 position.
When?
Hear him out, he said. Let him go.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah. When? I don't know.
But
we'll
by line series or after?
Jesus.
We'll see. We've got to see how far, I guess how well he progresses.
Sure.
On the edge, I think the edge gives him the freedom because it's the one position, apart from set piece, it's less structured than any other position. So he's got this, Joseph Sua'ali'i is a talented athlete, right? And he's certainly got a gift, particularly with ball in hand, So why not put him in a position that's going to give him some freedom to express himself and do what he does best, and just pop up in certain areas of the field. You just hope that the Wallabies, through that unstructured attack, which is the big part of the game now, is able to kind of be patient with the ball to allow him to go find the ball and find the spaces that he works really well in.
Yeah, all valid points. I just think only because I see him as a long-term 13, and I think if you see him as a long-term 13, start him at 13, right? Because you look at it, not just Joseph, but all these guys that are going over there now, they've got 4 test matches before they face the Lions. So you don't have time to blood or whatever. If you plan, and this is again only on my opinion of him being a 13, if you're going to play him at 13 against the Lions, you play him at 13 now, because at some point on this tour, he's playing all the 4 home nations. So he's going to be opposing the guy that he's going to be facing in the Lions, whether it's an Irish, English, Scottish, or Welsh player. He's going to get that opportunity to go against him, get pictures about how he plays, and he'll be a bit more familiar come Lions series because he would have played against him in that position. I also think, everyone sort of says, just throw him on the wing, it's the easiest. But, there's a fair bit of kicking involved in backfield play. I don't think, the tactical kicking now is just too high. There's too much importance on it, and it's too short of a runway for him to go into the Lions to then expect him to have this tactical nous in terms of his kicking options and execution come the Lions series. I think his defensive reads will be perfect at 13 because he's been playing centres a lot in rugby league where you've got to make that sort of second man play decision, the guy going short or out the back. So 13 defensively, I think he'll take to that really well. Put a bit of starch in that midfield as well. Second man play with an offload. And then to the point around contestable kicks, because he's so good aerially, you only really use that in union for, attacking wise. When you're down in the 22, you get an advantage. So if you get an advantage, just go, Joey, just slip out one channel. Or you get Noah or whoever the 10 is to drop it 10 metres in, so it's right in his alley. That's why I would play him at 13.
Yeah, all valid points. But also the strength in his case at 13 too. It's almost you want to play him outside of 13, so he gets a really good picture on what's required on the edge outside of 13. I think when you play out of position or just one out, it actually provides a better learning than if you were to play in that position. Yeah. That makes sense. Just a respect for the positions and the awareness.
And also what you can do to help your 13.
Yeah.
So then when you're in that position, you're going, well, I need you to come up here. Because leaguers in particular, they often come out, then in, especially on those plays at the back, they jam a lot.
Yeah.
So you need a winger that's going to do the same with Joseph if he does that. My only point, because I agree. I think wings are a great position to learn, but it's not as easy as everyone thinks just throwing them on. My only issue with him going on the wing would be the backfield coverage.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing in UK. Their field position and the way they kick is so very test heavy and strong. They don't play a real expansive game. The weather's not going to be great. So I imagine they're going to hit corners. So his knowledge and knowing where to be positionally, because if your winger's up flat as a 10, you see the fullback in the middle, it's so easy just to hit corners and make meters. Whereas if you've got wingers that know about the backfield coverage and are very good at that, that'd be my only concern. If he started, it'd be an easy one.
And
to
I
pick
agree
off.
with that. Like, I'm not disrespecting the challenges of playing wing. I mean, they're all very they're different and challenging in their own regard. It's the fact that it just allows him to be free and use the width of the field, because, you know, with other positions, you've got a channel that you've got to kind of hold.
Yeah.
With, you know, if you're working off your edge, you can actually work the whole width of the field. The only thing with that, I would say, is that you can disguise the positional stuff with set piece positions. Like, you know, how a lot of teams are running a 10-15, two fullback system, particularly offset. They might do that. The only thing that he will probably need to be aware of is, you know, the kick-on-kick stuff when you've got fullbacks and wingers chasing and you need to transition that backfield. So, but look, also, we're unaware of his skill sets, right? We haven't been watching him train.
Yeah, we are, yeah. I would just say that wherever Joe Schmidt sees him playing in the Lions next year, play him there now.
If he's got
I'm not saying like to start him there, but say for example, if Joe wants him at fullback next year at the Lions series, then he comes on off the bench at fullback, or, you know, wherever they see him playing next year, let him get time in the saddle on this tour in that position.
If he's got the ball playing capabilities of Matt Giddo, 100% throw him straight in 13, because if you look at all the opportunities we missed throughout this season, it's been on the edge, right? And the ball, you know, the inability for the ball to get to the edge or to the space. And so if we have that as 13, then we're providing that channel to distribute and get to the space, and 100% get him in there. But I haven't seen him play.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're speculating, but that's all we can do because we haven't been in that.
It's great speculating.
Should we get people to vote at home?
Who won, Drew or Adam?
Yeah, that was good. Good debate.
I like it.
Great
Yeah.
debate.
Yeah. Who did you sided more with Adam, didn't you?
You saw both.
Did you, or you saw both?
Well, I think on the Pines probably the best spot for him initially, and then he can come on. And at training, you'll get your learnings when you're filling in on the wing, and you didn't jam when you're 13 jammed, and then you'll get the feedback. Then when he trains at 13, you know, maybe he bites in too much and they can get around him too easy. So you'll get the learnings at training when he subs in, but I'd probably put him on the bench.
Okay.
And he could move around, and that also gives him the freedom to rove. If we're chasing a game, you bring on someone with his athletic capabilities and obviously attacking capabilities.
Now, to be the devil's advocate on your point, I think if you go for the wing, he's then got to learn 3 different positions, 13 wing and fullback.
He wants an argument,
right?
this bastard.
No,
I'm up for it.
I just think it makes his challenge and his task even more difficult because he doesn't just narrow in on one position and lock that in, right? Because you've got to be across the backfield coverage of a wing or fullback, and all the things that fullback has to do is coming in and chiming as a second ball player or roaming that or the 13 defensive reads, whatever it is, right? He's now got to be across 3 different positions in their roles as opposed to him getting
What's the third position?
So 13 wing and fullback, right?
Right. No one mentioned fullback.
Yeah, but if he's on the bench, he would have to cover that.
No, so what you do is
I know you can maybe shift someone around, but what I'm saying is...
You're making an argument.
But what I'm saying is that if you were just to start him on the wing or start him at 13 or start him at fullback, because some others are saying fullback, then you can just lock in on that one position, right? I'm just saying that it allows him to put the blinkers on and focus on one role rather than having to cover numerous roles.
Yep.
That's me being the devil's advocate.
Takes a lot of pressure off too, putting him on the bench, I think.
Yeah.
And also, only 2 years ago or 3 years ago, he was playing rugby.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's come in not knowing anything. There's little things. It's schoolboy rugby. It's
what
different,
position
but
was
still,
he in schoolboy rugby?
I think he was at 13, wasn't he?
I think a little bit 13. I think he played maybe a bit of fullback as well.
Yeah,
Centers is what
All
Tommy
valid points, but without the risk of overcomplicating it. What about if
12.
starting him is actually better than benching him? Because I don't know if you ever benched.
I
was a dog shit off a bencherer. You know, you come in.
Not
it's
true,
just a
Swoop. You were
different
never
mind-
dog shit, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I was waiting for someone to do that. But thanks, kids. But you know what I mean? It's a different mindset, and you know, players are better suited to start the game as opposed to coming off the bench. Where you know there are others that
go well off the bench.
Go well off the bench.
To
There we
vote.
go. We haven't solved anything, but
So to vote, you go either Sorry, you're saying 14?
Oh, yeah, either
And
edge.
you're saying 13? And you're saying Pine?
Mm.
And I'm saying Captain. I know what you're saying.
Wait a minute.
What do you... Yeah.
I didn't know we were talking about captain. I'm with you there.
You're with me there?
Yes.
Sua'ali'i captain. Maybe coach as well.
You've also got Samu Karevi being brought back in as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big in. Will
It's
Skelton's back as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
An embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yep.
Well, let's do that. Let's pick how many out of the 4 we're going to win. Actually, well, when we win the 4, how much are we going to win them by?
Yeah.
England?
12.
7.
9.
Wales?
12.
7.
9.
Scotland? This is good.
22.
Ooh.
7.
19.
Ooh. And Ireland.
1. Is that the last one?
Yep.
It is.
Yeah, so that builds it up.
Yep.
You get the Grand Slam.
Love
1.
it. Ireland.
1.
11.
This is a good show. This is why
Yeah.
people love this show.
Mate, that last game, if they've got an opportunity to win the Grand Slam, know that you're on fucking 5 weeks annual leave.
Yep.
Blow your fucking ears off, fellas.
Most importantly, Australia 15 versus Bristol.
Oh, that's tough. 12.
7.
Ooh.
9.
Terrific. Good luck to the Wallabies. Will we see any of them over there? Surely they'll catch
Yeah.
up with us, won't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think a couple
I
of
think
them come to a show.
I think they
aren't
actually, they bought a few tickets.
Have they?
Yeah.
All right, the All Blacks, they also head up for their spring tour. On the way, they've already taken on Japan.
Yeah.
They defeated them 64-19. Well, they were winning, Japan. So they scored the first try. Naika Bulu, I know I'm not saying that correctly. They were up 7-0. 20 minutes in, it was only 12-14. And then the All Blacks, well, they just kicked on. Brave Blossoms under Eddie, they have slumped to 14th. And Eddie, after the game, said a little something. I want to just hand this around to you, Gits. Can you read what's in inverted commas in Eddie's voice? Because you're very good at it. Just let me know if you can find it.
We're only at the infancy of where we want to be at the moment. But yeah, it's disappointing, mate. The next 4 years, by the World Cup in 2027, we'll be pretty good.
Mate, it's
you
like
go.
he was here. It's like it
I
was,
also saw a quote, though, before the game that he said that Japan are ready to play the best they've ever played.
right, yeah, he's clearly off his face.
No, well, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to know what to take out of that, right? Because New Zealand didn't play their strongest side. There was no Barrett brothers at all out of the 3 of them. None of them played.
Where were they? In the
They
onset?
were just in their suits, in the
Just hanging out.
stand. But it was an opportunity for some of the guys outside their main match day squad to get a go. I think Billy Proctor was really strong in the 13 position, and other guys sort of stood up. Ruben Love got an opportunity.
Havili as well.
Havili, but also New Zealand, their own sort of bomb squad. They brought six reserves on at the same time with about 30 to go as well. So I know, I guess the South Africans are trendsetters.
It's pretty smart tactically. Yeah, and Rassie as well, the trendsetter.
And maybe it sort of speaks to the upside they had in the second half. Like you were saying, 20 minutes in, they were still up or whatever, and then New Zealand sort of ran away with it. But
Well, Razor wasn't happy. I get the feeling this is sort of Razor's. That's what he's been lately. He wasn't happy with the defence around the breakdown, which is why they scored those first 2 Japanese tries. I mean, it's a blowout, but what does the score need to be for Razor?
Well, I think
to
you're
be
always going to
happy?
find things that you're not going to
Yeah.
be happy with, right? And to maintain the standards that New Zealand have had for a long time, and whilst they've probably dropped off a little bit in terms of their dominance, to sort of be at that level consistently, you've got to have those harsh standards. And I'm sure he'd be happy with the scoreline and the win, but there'll be things to make sure that the guys don't sort of relax going on to their tour. They've got to make sure.
That's also for the press too.
Yeah.
Razor's talking to the press. It'd be interesting to know what he actually said to the players. Like, good effort, well done, some of you boys. Not an opportunity. First time wearing the jersey, you did really well. So it's hard to really read too much into that. I think. What do you think?
100%.
Sweet?
Yeah. I mean, 65 points when you get to score. Is it 65?
64.
64 points against an international team like that. That should be celebrated. However, you kind of broadcasting that to New Zealand, who are pretty much on your back at the moment.
Yeah.
And you're feeling somewhat vulnerable because you're not playing to the standard expectation of the groups or the nation back home. So
Would you have done any breakdancing? Would he have popped
Nah.
and locked it all? Would there been a robot? Anything?
Maybe back in his hotel room, but not
Just
part
on
of
his
the
own?
team,
Maybe
yeah.
some worm work?
Yeah, it might have
What
been a
would
little.
be your go-to if you had one move to pull? Because I just can't.
Is it
picture
me doing it or am I Razor?
No, you're doing it.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's
Is
not
there
great.
anything that you like to break up? The two-step. You're a big two-stepper.
No, I do a bit of dad work. Just feet don't move.
Yeah.
I
Or
feel
the
like you'd be a
hips.
good, Elaine off
this one.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Bit of that work.
Be a good Elaine.
Yeah, a little bit of
Just a
that.
bit off beat.
Oh,
Awkward.
yeah, that's right.
Because she's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any of you dance? Are you dancers? Are you?
Big time.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like-
Kids can move. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I like to break dance.
Look forward to that on tour. Maybe in Cardiff.
Well, not with the sales at the moment.
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I gotcha. Damien McKenzie had a bit of a rough night. 2 handling errors and a few forced passes that led to turnovers. Talking about countries being on your back, poor old D-Mac.
Yeah, I think he'll have his own sort of standards, what he wants to live up to, and he'll know some of those might have been under pressure, some were forced, some were unforced, but I think also throwing in a whole new midfield outside him, largely changed sort of side, unsettled him after being, sort of having so much pressure on him previously. He played well in that last game for the All Blacks against us, so
I thought also weather-wise, in Japan, that footy can be a keg of soap. Like it's sweaty, humid, like it's horrible to play football with. You actually, the first couple of rounds of the season when you're over there, you don't play footy. You just kick long and then you defend well, and then off turnovers then you attack. So potentially they were trying to play a certain style that they want in the UK, and the conditions didn't allow it.
Well, they take on England the week before us, which will be nice for us to just have a little look at that, see what the All Blacks do to them at Twickenham. That's on Saturday the 2nd. Then they've got Ireland. Are they still world number 1 at the moment, or have they drifted? They are the world number 1 team. Ireland in Dublin at Aviva Stadium on Friday, November the 8th. That's great. We can watch that somewhere, boys. We'll
Yes,
find
we
a little
can.
Irish pub to.
That Aviva Stadium, that's
Outstanding. Then they take on France. Oh, that's going to be a clash.
That'll be
All
spicy,
Blacks
yeah.
versus France.
well, and also because France have announced that they're not going to send their best team to New Zealand next year.
Why do they do that all the time?
I don't know. I think it's heavily influenced by the owners of the clubs, but they've already said it now before they come out for 3 games.
you gotta love the French. Oh, we're not playing ball. Like, we're not doing that. What
They
can you
didn't
do
send,
about
but
it?
We only
they
play
never
ball in
send their
France.
full strength anywhere. They didn't send them to us. They didn't send them to
Yeah.
Argentina this year. They're not sent.
Well, they did well in Argentina though.
Well,
Well, what's
No,
following? What's following that? Is
Nice.
France
World Cup 27.
because it is off the back of their
Yeah.
40-game season.
Yeah, I know,
and
but
the year after the World Cup, maybe the tour. Most of them have done it. I don't know.
yeah.
and then the Italians, who, as we know, this year in Six Nations were very strong. So it'll be interesting to see that one as well. That's in Turin on Saturday, the 23rd of November. Gents, how many did the All Blacks win? Gets
I think 2.
Yeah,
two. Who you got them
Yeah.
beating who? Italy and England?
Yes.
They just defeated England a couple of times this
Yep.
year.
Yeah, that'll be a
don't
good
know.
one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
England
Because
are
both those
good.
games are really close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which 2 they'll win. They may even lose to Italy, but I think that they'll win 2 of their 4.
Okay. Is
Yeah,
everybody
I'm
in
happy with
agreement?
two of
Two of the four?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a tough
I
tour.
think they'll click. Yeah, it is a tough
England,
tour.
And they may
France,
click
and
and-
Ireland really tough. Italy
Yeah.
are on the up, but
Yeah.
it's a tough one.
Yeah, I think
3
I
big
reckon
squads.
3 from 4.
All right. Let's move on to the South Africans. They obviously head north as well. I believe Ollie, our producer, just got a snap of Razzie Erasmus at the airport.
He did.
Which is a bit odd. And I'm
Oh,
sure.
why?
Yeah, because
Is he not
Ollie was
allowed at
over there
airports?
on a little bit of a junket doing some safari work. He's got an awful amount of excess baggage there going up or down the escalators.
It's funny.
Sia's keen to come on the show.
Sia wants to come on the show.
Yeah, of course he would.
We'd love to have him.
He's a good fella.
He presented the Wallaroos with their jerseys over in Cape Town, the WXV2.
Very good.
Did you
Did well
guys send a
for us.
video for him?
Did I what, sorry?
Did you send a video for Sia?
Yeah, I didn't know I was supposed to.
Oh, okay, right. No, Sia just... Oh, no, never mind.
I reached out to you.
He
didn't
reached out to me. He said, I'm presenting the girls their jerseys. Can you just send me a little video to support for the girls? I thought you guys would have got one, but it's a bit awkward now.
No, well, that's great. You and Sarah tight.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's good for us.
Yeah. I was texting Russie. I said, mate, I'm coming. I got a full book. I can't be doing it.
So, the South Africans, they take on Scotland at Murrayfield in Edinburgh. Then England at Twickenham. Geez, England's getting the runaround,
Yeah.
aren't they?
They've got a tough.
That's
Yeah.
the game, though. The problem for England, that's the one that you look forward to. Well, when we were playing, that was the one that was like, that was your grand final.
Because Twickenham's so amazing.
Well, it's just like the English, Twickenham, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there was
And
no real
also,
reason. It was just
also
one
the
that we-
Aussie contingent over there, right? All the expats.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we're
you
the
get a decent
convicts,
turnout.
you know, all that. Like, we're
Yeah,
your little
it's a
brother,
big
so-
week. It's a
Yeah.
big week for every Aussie that lives in London, and
Yeah.
I mean it's 80,000. It's fuck, it's a good game.
Then they take on Wales at Principality Stadium
Yeah.
in Cardiff. So that's going to be wonderful. Springboks are only playing 3 games on tour.
Yep.
Do we know why they've...
Oh, because they're the world's best, mate.
Yeah,
They play
basically
whatever
does
they
what he
want.
wants.
Yeah.
Geez, wouldn't it have been nice if they could squeeze one against Ireland just to go to get a third against Ireland after the two tests in July?
See,
That would be phenomenal. But
who steps in there?
well, isn't it the IRB window? Like, you've only got the 3 games that actually fall in the window, or 4 games, so maybe...
Yeah, because they've got a number of their players playing in European clubs and all that, so they might not have got released for that.
And even their local clubs play
In the URC, yeah.
In the URC, so it could have a bit to do with that.
Bit of a shame, you're right. Would have been good to see those 2 big dogs.
Just to finish it off, you know, a
Yeah.
decider
Play
after
the
what was a
third.
great July series.
Yeah.
Well, after we do our damage on Ireland, they might not be a big dog.
Oh, that's
You know
true,
what I mean?
you're
Little
right.
puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder when we will next see Ireland take on South Africa. Will that be...
You're keen on that, aren't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because I love saying to people that I know from South Africa that Ireland's world number 1, just seeing their heads just blow off. All right, their squad, 29 of the 34 squad members are, well, they've won the World Cup.
Yep.
Jeez, that's not bad.
Jeez.
Returning, we've got Damien Willemser, Andre Esterhausen, RG Snyman, he's back in the Viking.
Oh, he's doing well.
Yeah.
Leinster now.
He's imposing. What was his injury, Drew? Why was he out for so long?
Probably just
I
been
think
too
it was
big.
knee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
right.
think he's done back-to-back ACL.
Yeah,
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
because he left
To
Munster and he went
Munster,
to
yeah.
Leinster.
Oh, jeez. How do they go with that up there? Is
No,
that
not well, I don't think.
was it 80,000 that turned out for their match the other day?
Mm.
Then shock emissions, Sasha Feinberg Mgunzulu.
Oh, wow.
His knee?
Yep, injured. Then you
Oh,
got
right. Well, that's not a shock if he's injured.
yeah, you're right.
But great intel.
Unless like he showed up on the day and then he was like,
Yeah, right.
my knee.
Then that would be a shock.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to read into that. Faf de Klerk. Why is Faf not going, Tommy? What's wrong with
We haven't
Faf?
seen much of
He's not
Faf for a
played all
while.
year. I
Is
think
he injured?
He must have had a big injury.
Lou de Jager. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Stephen
Lou, yeah.
Stephen Kitchhoff. He's
Yeah,
Red
he's
Bulls.
actually got a.
What's he
He's
done?
injured. I think it's his neck or.
He's with you when he's
He was the Red Bull
Yeah.
kids.
and
From the Pablo Montero clean out.
Right.
Jeez, I
oh yes.
didn't think anything hurt the Red Bull. But there you
And
go.
then Salman Morat as well.
I think
There's a
it's
few
salmonella,
injuries there.
but
There's
yeah.
a few shock injuries there.
Yeah, they must have a weak squad now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they know. What do you reckon? 0 from 3?
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
0 from 3, boys. Is that
Yeah,
what?
I reckon.
I'm going 3 from 3 from our Springboks, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What are you going to give me those
No,
guys for?
I'm just like, do I want to run with you? I kind of do, but I reckon they might get tipped in one.
yeah.
Don't know
Which
who
one?
it is, but I just don't know if they can go back to back. Long season for those blokes.
Long, mate. And it's not the end of their season for a lot of them.
What about this for a little stat? We love our Aussie watch here at KOKO. Sione Tuipulotu.
Yeah.
He's
He's the
become
captain, yeah.
second Australian born.
And his brother, Mosesi's in the
Yeah.
squad as well.
Well,
captain of Scotland in a test match after former Wallaby Doug Keller captained Scotland in 1949.
There you go.
So congrats to him.
yeah.
Very well done.
That's fantastic. All right, so what are we saying? 3 from 3 for the box?
I am, yeah.
Yep. You saying 3 from 3 gets?
Yeah, I think so. Just because we've got so many South Africans that listen.
Also, they play up.
Just say what
No,
you
but
actually think.
I can't really see them losing unless they play poorly. So
Well, and they play up there a lot now, right? So it's kind
Yeah.
of almost like
in
a home
time
game.
zone, don't have to deal with jet lag. And you know what it's like?
I hope we're actually doing the show and I'm not about to wake up and we have to come in and do the show.
As in right now?
Yeah, or
It's
we
not
are
a dream.
dressed like we're in a weird dream.
It's not a dream. Look at this.
Argentina, they head up there as well. The Los Pumas. They've got Italy, Ireland, and then France. Pablo Montero, he's not playing after his dangerous clean out against South Africa that saw him receive a red card. That was the one on Faf de Klerk.
No,
No, on
Kitsoff, sorry. Kitsoff. So he's not going to be there. But apart from that, Felipe Contamponi, he will not change his squad. They're an excitement machine, Los Pumas. Will they play with that sort of flair up there, or is it different conditions?
It's going to be pretty tough. You know what it's like. You were just there in Scotland.
yeah.
What was it like everywhere else? Say England, was it as bad as Scotland?
England was okay. England was like clear skies, sort of 12 to 15 degrees.
Yeah, so as long as the ball's dry, they've still got the capability to play. I think they're going to need a plan B, though, if weather doesn't allow it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they can show. Well, they've showed they can play physically. Like some of that stuff through the rugby championship, come around the corner and their big back row, and just some of their carries and how abrasive they were. Like they can certainly match these teams up there for a physical game. So if you're going to play like that, you've just got to lower your error rate to allow the other team to get into it and take field position and territory and that type of thing. So they've definitely got it there. They've just got to make the decisions around it to make sure that they don't open themselves and expose themselves to, like forfeiting the momentum and the pressure. And
a lot of these guys, week in and week out, they play in Ireland and France and Italy, so it's not quite as imposing.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be good to watch.
Did we get that on record?
I don't know. Gitz has just gone to the bathroom.
I think he stood on a frog in the bathroom. Is there frogs in there again?
That was one of the great farts.
You got him, didn't you? I heard him.
You should have recorded that for our secret fart society.
Yeah.
Not so secret anymore, mate.
That's one of the great WhatsApp groups.
Yeah. Do you want to play a bit for us now? Or?
It'd take me too long to get it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that was it. That is the spring/autumn tour, and good luck to all those Southern Hemisphere and Northern Hemisphere sides. We will be keeping you up to date and abreast of the situation up there here on Team KOKO, and also, we'll be live on the spot.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
How good.
What you get in the studio is not what you get live, is it?
We'll be watching the back half.
Yeah.
In person, because we're only up there for the back half.
Oh, no. Imagine we went for a month. I don't reckon.
There's nothing Swoop loves more than the back half.
Yes. So strap yourselves in. Spring/autumn tour. You guys must have loved it back in the day when you got the phone call from Eddie or whoever it was, John Connolly, saying, lads, you're heading north
You're
with
on
us.
the flight.
You're on the flight. You've got the pointy end, were you?
World Cup, we used to get a call from ex-players that was in your position.
So who called you?
Timmy Horan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Chris Latham gave me the call.
Oh, how good. And
Andy Burke gave me the buzz.
You're kidding.
Man.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Have you guys called anybody?
No, that was actually just a Czech thing.
That was a Czech.
Czechs, he's
Use
too
that,
good,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah, he thinks of it all.
And it was, I grew up idolising Lath.
Yeah.
So, he was the perfect fit for me.
Czech would have known that.
Yeah, he did.
He would have, at some point, interrogated you.
Yeah.
Got it out of you. Yeah, it's fantastic. All right.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thank you. Match Fit. Now, it is a massive thanks to MYER that we are still on the air and still making this show. And honestly, my store, MYER, it is the best department store in the galaxy.
Christmas is around the corner.
Yeah.
No better store than my store, MYER.
Yeah. I will buy every single gift from MYER this year.
Yep.
So
it makes sense.
Couple for the wife.
Yeah,
1 or 2 for the kids, and they'll be all from MYER, and I suggest you do the same. We went there today again for another visit, and we had our special man, Dale. He helped us out again.
He's a good fella.
He's a lovely fella.
He gets it. He delivered.
He was a bit less handsy this time. I wonder if they had a chat to him.
Was he overly handsy last time?
Oh, no, he was perfect, I thought. But they might have just had to pull Dale aside.
Literally in the store, in our underpants, walking around grabbing stuff off the racks. It must be a lot.
It's an odd experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
But summer is here in Sydney. Goodness.
Spring has sprung.
It has. It's the weather is amazing. Daylight savings has clicked over a few weeks ago. And we are in our summer kit from MYER. Now, gents, it is time for, let's roll this in, please, a Hugo. That's right, it's Match Fit, and it is the spring/summer collection. Who would like to go first with what they're wearing and why they look so awesome?
Sure.
Swoople.
Sure. Tell you what, just walking through mine before the season selection. Jeez. Far out. Tell you what, I spent all afternoon in there. But anyway, what are we running here? Now, I'd like to say it's a bit of a tonal arrangement.
Yeah,
as you can see. A bit of khaki, a bit of greens going on. Now, not only are we tonal, but we're all black. I'm running the Roger Fedora, the Roger black
See what you did there.
number up here. This nice little button-up knit option from black. That's BLAQ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just in
Without
case people thought they were colour blind.
These nice little pants are so flexible too. Like
I like the way they stretch, yeah.
Yeah, they just stretch so well. And you know what? I've gone for the black business sock, but it's not so business. It can also
Yeah, you've
be
really
worn
cashed it up.
quite casual, yeah. And
Where would you
I don't want
wear
to
that?
mention it, but these are a prototype from Black, but we can't go there.
Yeah,
It's
no, fair enough.
exclusive. Yeah, exclusive negotiations at the moment. But this is just
You look great. Where would you wear it?
probably hunting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a
Oh,
bit of
I
a safari
reckon-
vibe, like a bit of kind of like one of those glamping /
Yep.
I'm hunting but not hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just got the binocs out and
Right.
just having a look at all the
Yeah.
big cats.
Right. And they've doped them up for you.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to work
That's
that
right.
hard.
Yeah.
Also, maybe off the set of Jurassic Park. That's the vibe I'm
That's
getting.
right.
You are.
Yeah.
Sam Neill.
Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
That's who you look
Yeah.
like.
That's right.
David Attenborough, you mean?
No,
Yeah.
Richard was his brother.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and he
Is
he
he
acted.
still not his brother?
No, he was. Oh, he's no longer with us.
Oh, he's-
sadly.
okay, so
yeah,
he was his
Richard.
But he
Yeah.
loved olive. Gee, he used to wear olive
Yeah.
well,
He
Richard.
wore olive and he wore black hats.
Anyway,
Congratulations.
well,
Well
what do
done,
you-
Swoop.
cheers, boys.
Thank you,
Swoop, you
Swoop.
look fantastic.
Thank you,
do.
mate. I appreciate
Who
that.
would like to go
I'll
next?
go next. And because spring has sprung, it's time for the golfing season, which I just came off the course this afternoon. Flamingos.
Oh, yeah, how many points?
3.
Perfect.
I don't know if
Yeah, I don't
3
get it
or
either.
33
I
is
just
better.
know they
I
go
don't know.
points.
Look,
Oh.
I'm going for a bit of a linen short. Just a bit breezy because it gets a little bit hot on the on the course.
You give me your agates a bit of a dusting there.
Something for you at home. Look, a bit of a checkered kind of
Flamingo
Pattern.
Kenji number.
nice little polo. Wear it out on the course, but also in the clubhouse. And mate, feel good. Played well. Fuck it.
I tell you what, those
I didn't know how to finish that.
those
so-
flamingos are
that's what
doing
you
it
get.
for me.
Yeah,
I
no, I
like
love
those
it.
little flamingos.
Yeah,
Good little bit of detail there.
me happy.
The frustrating thing is, I was just about to grab it off the rack.
It's a bit of a scramble in there, isn't there?
Yeah, he threw it
'Cause-
on and then he looked amazing. I was
But
like, I'm
what
done
you've
here.
managed to go off the rack is absolutely
What do you got?
delectable.
Yeah, well, I've gone Kenji. And I feel like, as you said, summer has sprung and so has the outfits.
Your quads.
Yeah, you like
And
Look at
those?
those things.
Oh, these old things, yeah. So I've gone with a Kenji,
Ensemble.
what
Yeah.
do we call that, a suit?
Set.
Set?
Yeah.
Go
Set.
with the Kenji set.
Yep.
It is so comfortable. My biggest worry is trying to get into the house and not get jumped by the missus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually just want to feel the fabric. Is that? It's nice fabric.
Yeah, it's a little harder now than it was before, but it's still nice and soft.
I thought you said it was soft
Yeah.
fabric.
Look at that, like,
Mate, I tell you what, you
Well,
look
range.
dazzling.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'll stay in
Geez, you
this
do
for
a
long
set
time.
well.
Yeah. And where would I wear it?
Where would you wear it?
Where wouldn't you wear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed. I
It's
asked.
harder to find where you wouldn't wear it.
Yeah.
It would be quicker.
That would be
to
a
tell you
shorter
where I
list.
would- Yeah. So.
What about you, Prof?
Oh,
That's
well,
what I'm
I've
going
gone for the Terry Toweling Kenji set.
Yes.
It's mauve peace signs.
Yeah.
On a green background. It's delectable. It is. I love a Terry Toweling.
Yeah.
you do.
I
I like how your eyes are about to fall out. Yeah. You look so tired.
I'm so tight. I don't remember going and picking this up, but apparently I have. It's really super comfortable.
Yeah.
I've also gone for the black hat. This is. I thought I was wearing the Roger fedora. Are they both Roger fedoras or not?
Oh,
Is this a different style?
That's probably.
No, but me and you went the same.
We did.
That one. And Swoop and Drew went the
Yeah.
fedoras.
at the end of the day, Prof, it's a tidy
That's a
little hat.
bowling hat.
Bowling like
Lawn
leg spin.
bowling. Like they call it a bowling hat, I think.
What about petanque?
Baton?
Tonk, yeah.
Yeah,
Petanque.
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 Where would
You
I?
just threw it
Where
out
would I
there.
wear it?
Where
I
To-
did that, so you know what I was talking
To
about.
a game of petanque.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Like we did at the World Cup last year.
Right.
Yeah.
That was outstanding. Before you two had your
Yeah,
put
we had a
fight,
blow, yeah.
Yeah, you always want to mention that.
I just
Can't-
love it.
Can't mention
I
the
love
World
it
Cup
because of
without
the card trick.
You are very botchy. I love how versatile that is.
No, you go.
I love how versatile that
Yeah.
is. Like, I mean, you could get out
Feel
of
it.
the surf, don't even use a towel, just
Oh, yeah.
throw that on. It will dry. Apparently, it dries itself.
Yep.
Go out in it and go straight to bed in it.
That's where I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it to nippers on the weekend.
Yes.
Do it.
And just go for a swim.
Do it.
I should sign my kids up, actually. I keep going every weekend. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. That was... Well, hey, it's not just the spring/autumn tour that we've got to chat here. I've got a segment called Other Rugby News,
Yeah.
which involves
Well thought.
other rugby. The women's internationals, the Wallaroos, their results in the WXV2. What's Y2G stand for, Goit?
Yeah, the girls.
Yeah, the girls.
Yeah,
Actually, that's how I signed off on my video to see her.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, a big congratulations to them. They have secured their spot in the World Cup by basically winning the WXV2. They defeated Scotland 31-22 in the final. Great for them. Absolutely outstanding.
Massive turnaround from the trial games that they had.
Yeah, the
It's almost like they're playing a little bit white man can't jump, like Fox and them. A bit.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
in particular, Wales. So they defeated Wales 37-5, but it was only
32-12 or something, I think.
The
it
other
was
way.
The other way in the lead-up game. So
It's time together, right?
Yeah,
like on
That's
tour,
exactly right.
time
Yeah.
together, playing together. Desi Miller, Maya Stewart, she's phenomenal. Eva Kapani, like, I know that, there's some big raps on Taniela Tupou, but is there a prop in Australia that's having bigger impact than Eva Kapani? I don't know. She's just gone across.
not that
Yeah.
I've seen.
She's gone north of the border or two to the Reds.
You can tell they were really enjoying themselves
Yeah.
over there. You think that just time together, right? The systems are starting to click. Probably combinations are a little bit more familiar and they're more confident.
And
And some special
Yappy.
moments like
Yeah.
special
it in.
moments like
Yapping it
Sia
in.
Khaleesi presenting the jerseys.
Yep.
The girls are doing really well.
How would you go there if South Africa asked you to present? Would you do it?
Yeah, because it's bigger than just the.
yeah.
It's like
That's the response I was after.
for the game,
Of course you do.
global game. Yeah, of course you would.
And you got
100%.
Yeah.
I'd be
just
in.
wouldn't touch it.
But no.
Oh.
Well, I never
Would you
would have
touch-
competed for their trophy, so it'd be fine for me to touch
No,
that
but would
one.
you touch
Their
the
jersey.
Springboks jersey?
Yep.
But when you touch it, you're not like scrunching it. You're just handing it over politely.
Of course, you got to show respect to the jersey and the team. Otherwise, bad karma. I believe in karma.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
chat off camera. Yes, they drew the pools for the World Cup. Now, this is no... Are we saying pool of death? Are we
Well,
saying
there's
that?
no real easy pools.
No. Are
in
they all
that,
pools
in
of
that draw.
death?
Well, they're all very difficult. I think it's also, I mean, look, England are very strong. New Zealand, you'd say second. But
Well, we've-
outside of that,
Well,
everyone's-
France.
We've jagged England,
Yeah.
Samoa, and the USA.
Mhm.
So, yeah, not a very easy pool for us to get out of.
The
But
USA would be a tough one because they came to Australia, I think, and,
Yeah.
and put
Yeah.
a number on us. So
And they're bringing a lot of their seventh players in.
Yeah, maybe
I saw
Bologna Mar
Mar, yeah.
and a few others are going to
Which-
try for the 15s.
No, they're totally different sports.
But also some of our Aussie Sevens girls are looking, Maddie Levi, Charlotte Caslick and a few others are looking at potentially missing a few Sevens tournaments to play or to do some lead-up work for the 15. So who knows?
I love it. It's exciting times for the Wallaroos. Congratulations. Something we do need to touch on, guys, Rocky Elsom. Now,
Oh, yeah. The Rock Dog.
you all play with him. You all, I think some of you lived with him for a bit.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah, what's
I mean,
happened
we don't want to bring
here?
light to it because it would
No.
be awful to see, a mate of ours and a former teammate going to prison for 5 years.
Also, no one knows really. He's a man of mystery, Rock.
Mm.
Like, I don't know too many people that have constant dialogue with him, so I don't know really what to say other than most of us were pretty shocked. I've got like an old boys Wallaby chat where it got thrown out and everyone's like,
Is he on that
obviously
chat?
shocked. I don't think so. But that's what I mean. He's a man of mystery.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be in any group. WhatsApp.
Although
think,
I
so.
saw him, would be 3-4 weeks ago now, down at the Oak in Double Bay. I was getting out of an Uber, actually to go meet Swoop. And Rock was sitting outside and he came over, he's like, hey mate. I was like, Rock Dog. I was like blown away. He gave me his new number. I haven't tried it, so I don't know if it was a real one or not.
Yeah.
But he didn't look like someone who was, going through that process. But to his quotes afterwards, he wasn't aware of it going to court, and so he didn't have a chance to defend himself.
No.
And
I've got, for those of you listening that don't know,
Yeah, I
what's
don't
happened-
know
Sorry,
anything
so he's
either.
been sentenced to 5 years in prison in absentia, which means he wasn't in the French court when it was decided. The crimes are said to have been committed in France whilst Elsom was president of the Narbonne.
Narbonne. Yep.
Yep, said that. Rugby club in 2015/16. Rocky obviously denies any wrongdoing, but he's been ordered to reimburse the £568,000, which he unlawfully appropriated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice 1.3 that you'll try and find.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I thought I should check in with
So
you guys.
what has there been anything further from that? Like, where is he? Is he in Australia?
no,
or-
so apparently he's been coaching a Catholic school in Ireland. He called a former teammate of his, Leo Cullen, who's
Yep.
in Ireland there, and he's been helping out with the school there in Ireland. So, and then because they're part of the EU, they can extradite him. But then again, I think in one of the articles I read, they said that he's not high up on the priority list, so the police aren't going to come storming his door at this point. So he's just in the process of just getting his defence together, so that when the time arrives for him to defend himself, that he's got all his T's crossed and I's dotted, and and just I don't know. I think it's more of a watch this space, but
Okay.
yeah.
Wild news story, really.
Yes.
For a former mate of yours.
But if you back a bloke to get out of it, it's rock dog. He'd probably represent himself and still get out.
Yeah. Dennis Donato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very capable, old rock dog.
Yeah. There you go. NHLs. Let's touch on this very quickly. Premiership rugby after 6 rounds. Bath is on top of the table. They've won 5 and lost 1. Obviously, Finn Russell there, the Scotsman, leading them around the
pulling
park.
the strings. What I'm really interested in is Leicester.
Yeah.
With
Czech.
Czech there.
5 wins. They're second on 5 wins and 1 loss.
I think there was one game he wasn't allowed to.
No, I think he got
be at.
suspended for 2 games because his eye contact was threatening towards the doctor,
Yeah,
the match day doctor. I mean, come on.
but Beefo, there's
I mean, they're
potential
threatening
that it could
eyes.
be threatening.
Yeah, of course,
me-
but
you know,
still, I mean, like, just someone stares at you and you don't like it, and then they get suspended for 2
Yeah, I
weeks.
agree.
Like,
It's a
fuck,
bit
man.
ordinary. He's
Go
a passionate
away.
coach. I think it's good. He comes in, changes the
I mean,
culture.
and
gets
only
them working.
because they said there was nothing verbal. It was just the eye contact. That's the quotes. So if that's it, like,
2 games harsh.
What,
isn't it?
can you show me what sort of eyes he'd be doing, Gits? What would he... I'm the
You've
doctor.
You've got
Who
the best
can you-
eyes, Drew.
I tell you what, like they're
2
playing
weeks,
some
mate.
very good rugby. Like
Yep.
I've only been able to capture the highlights, but very Czech-esque. And is it Freddie Stewart?
Yep.
The fullback?
yeah.
Yep.
He's absolutely dominating. So you can see that already he's having an impact on not only the team but certain players.
Peter Hewitt too, H-bomb. He's over there, backs coach.
H-bomb.
Yeah.
There you go. Notable results from the weekend. Bath 40 defeated Sale 13 and Leicester. There you go. Czechs boys 32 got it done against Saracens 29.
Wow.
Great action up there in the Premiership rugby. I did try to, that wasn't Premiership, top 14. Sorry, URC. I had a chance to go to the Glasgow game on the Friday night.
Sounds like you didn't go.
No.
Why?
Well, he's not, like, if he went, I'd be going, prof, like, you know, we like you to be the
guy
not
doesn't.
into rugby
Yeah,
and bagging us. So if you start supporting rugby, I don't know where to go.
Sorry. No, it was Glasgow Celtic. It was the soccer. What were you guys?
Right.
Oh, they've got a team in the Union, do they?
Yeah.
Losers.
That's better.
No, I did have a chance. But let's not get
But
into
why didn't you take it up then?
it. Sick kid.
Oh, that's always just a token throwaway excuse. Isn't it?
No, Gits, tell him. Sick kid. There's always
Sick
a sick kid.
I'm going. If it's a sick kid.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Kids
No.
kids don't want to borrow me if they're sick. They want their mum, which is perfect. But it really, if I stayed home or went out, it wouldn't make a difference to the kid.
They were taking on the Italian side. Is it Zebra?
Zebra.
And obviously, I'm not a deadbeat dad, so I stayed with the sick kid.
Oh, good on you.
I'd much prefer to be a deadbeat dad.
Top 14 after 8 rounds. Toulouse. Geez, this team, eh? 6 wins, 2 losses. Top of the table with, that man, Antoine Dupont. Just
Dupont
playing
came back, got a hat trick off
Yeah.
the bench.
Did he?
Yeah.
What about it?
After like being over in LA, throwing a gridiron ball and like superstars.
Because they had the Suntory Saito, the Japanese
halfback.
number 9.
Yeah.
He's over there playing.
Yeah.
So there was rumours that Dupont wanted to have a crack at 13. Like,
Do you reckon we'll run into Dupont and Monaco?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know
yes,
what
I
I'll
left
do.
that. We're doing the.
Bonjour.
Can
I'll
we
give you
announce
more
that
than
yet?
bonjour.
No, I don't know if we can.
Okay. It's like he's got a cheat code, isn't it? Or
Gotta
he's
be.
seeing through the matrix, or there's something
Yeah.
going on.
I mean, but they're a good side right across the board.
Who was the last player that burst onto the scene like Dupont has, where he was leagues ahead of everybody else? Other than obviously you three.
Except for us, Mac Hansen.
Didn't think of Mac. Definitely Mac. I'd go Mac and then Dupont
Of course.
currently. All right. Then finally the URC Leinster. They're 6 from 6, undefeated at the top of the table. The Irish team going very well. The Bulls, they're 4 wins and 1 loss, but they've only played 5 games. And Glasgow, I mean, I know all about this. They're 4 wins and 2 losses. Obviously, they were the carryover champs from last year. Notable results from the weekend. Leinster 24 defeated the Lions 6. Sharks 41 defeated Munster 24.
Well, that's a
a
strong
big one.
Shark side.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah. See her at number 8.
You just
Yeah.
watch them walk out.
Even, just good, solid side, club side. It's going to be a good competition, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I'll get this one. Connacht
Can't it?
Do I not say it right?
No.
Man, can't it?
You just don't go in with any
Go
confidence.
straight to
when
the
you say
T. Can't it?
Can't it? Sounds a bit. I don't want to. Can't.
Yeah.
31 defeated the Dragons 7. All right, that was the NHLs.
it. Yeah.
Don't think I left a gap at the top for your bumper there, Hugo. Good luck with that edit.
Super Sizzler, thanks to BeefEater.
Super Sizzler, it is back, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by BeefEater, and it's a big thanks to appliancesonline.com.au who hooked us up with BeefEater. You know how this works. We have to pick a Super Sizzler from the week, and well, actually from the last 3 weeks
Sure.
that we haven't been on. It can be from anywhere in the world of rugby. Who would like to go first?
I'm going to send a BeefEater north of the border for Eva Kapani in a new pad up there in Queensland.
Has she
Which
got
has
one?
been fantastic for the Wallaroos, but also big news for her for the Super W going up to Queensland. Eva, enjoy a BeefEater.
And has she got one?
She hasn't got one, so she's going to love that.
Very good.
Darcy still doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to that one. Mine's going to be the Wallaroos.
Oh,
Qualified for the World Cup. I know, double up.
wow. She's going to love that.
Yeah, well, maybe you just add another Bunsen burner for her to the side there.
Couple extra hot plates.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I don't know the accessories that they come with.
We'll give the
Yeah,
beer
throw the
fridge.
fridge in. But I just think they're obviously under a lot of pressure to qualify. Their results leading into that tournament weren't great, but they're stuck together. Obviously, time in the saddle, actually an opportunity to tour together, get to know each other, build combinations, and qualifying for the World Cup. Good on them.
Beautiful swoop.
My Stewart.
Oh,
Just running in
nice.
try after try up there. Dominant performances. She's on fire. She's
Yeah.
electric.
Yep.
Well, she's got herself a new barbecue.
Yeah, she does.
Imagine.
Throw her the 12 burner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've only got a couple of those.
Get her one.
Okay,
Deserves it.
get the big
Are
trailer,
you
Hugo.
throwing one out there too, Prof?
Joseph Sua'ali'i.
Oh, yeah. Just
Brilliant in the media. He's done everything apart from our show, but he's been everywhere, done everything. He's flying the flag for Union. He's saying the haters are going to hate. They can jam it.
Is that right?
Very well
I don't know if
spoken.
he said those words, but
No, I'm paraphrasing.
Do you reckon we could get? Do you reckon he could be the next Dell? In front of Suncorp Stadium, crowds just giving.
Oh, I don't
grief.
know
I
if
don't think he's got that.
He's just
personality.
bringing the
Same
smoke
sort of-
because we
Yeah.
need another Dell, don't we?
Yeah.
But I don't think so
He's
either.
a-
But
let's wait. There's one at a time, I reckon. Wait for when Dell's done.
He's one of these.
One Dell's enough, you
what
reckon?
kind of done?
Done. Gone. Hopefully not for a long time, but we can't have two Dells.
He's just a massive human, Sua'ali'i. Like, it's like,
He's a big boy. He's athletic.
yeah,
So he gets a barbecue because he's got a big frame.
yes.
Perfect.
He plays rugby or something, some of that stuff. But he doesn't got one either. So good luck to Joseph, and good luck with your barbecuing. Hey, there's one other announcement I've got here. This is a big one. We are going to be doing an end-of-year finale in Orange.
Are we?
Yes. Bit of a
Like
Christmas bash.
dress theme orange or
Well, they kitted us out with some special...
orange.
The place, the town, we're going back to grassroots. We're going back to country rugby.
See that little beanie up there on that ball number?
Yeah.
That's from
Emus.
Orange.
Emus. Go the mighty Emus.
Yeah, mate.
So, if you are living in Orange, if you're living in Dubbo, if you're in, what else is out there? Bathurst,
If you play for
you're
the
in
Emus.
Parks.
Where's Ballina? Is that close?
Nah.
No.
All right.
But if you live in Ballina and you want to travel, do
Yeah,
it.
500 Ks down the road.
Well, they could come too, can't they?
Yeah. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah,
It's-
they've all got a fucking Hilux.
It's it's going to be a wild Wednesday night Christmas bash. There's-
Wednesday night now, is it?
Yeah, it's a well at this stage. It's going to be a world class barbecue setup. You all love a barbecue.
Yep.
Aussie barbecue is the cuisine.
Yeah, we're taking the beef eaters down.
It's what it's called a salt bush style menu. Now I can't mention yet the name of the venue. We'll do that in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
There's going to be maybe a radio. I think there's going to be some trivia.
Basically, just book accommodation in Orange
Yes.
because we're going to be around there somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a couple of blokes that we met out at that Emus, Orange Emus rugby lunch, and they own a couple of the hotels
Yeah.
with a couple of the gaming suites.
Cockers.
So let's just special note to those punters. Fill up the pokies, boys. We're coming in on a heater.
Coming to hit your grand.
Yeah.
So yes, that's very exciting. A Christmas bash in country New South Wales. I can't wait. I love it out there. The vineyards will smash.
We love
the
going
vineyards.
bush.
Yeah.
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 Any
Christmas
type of
as
bush.
well.
Mate, I love bush.
Yeah. Bush is good. Bush is back.
All right. Hey, we are coming to a close on this magical show that is the KOKO Show. Yeah, no, you go. What?
No, I'm just continually getting pointers from Drew, even though we're 145 episodes in. Hey,
Yeah,
mate,
because you're still
keep the chewing
munching
down.
your corn chips right on the microphone.
I just like to let the viewers, or I should say, listeners know I'm still here.
What's that? You know where people just watch YouTube? My kids are doing it now for the noises.
Oh.
AMR, yeah.
There.
ASMR. You guys
so,
obviously
so
do it,
maybe
man.
you're appealing to... Yeah, so Swoop's appealing to a different crowd for us. It's amazing.
Isn't it girls whispering saying?
Yeah, and they run their nails over like...
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Is it?
Kids are into
kids
some
You
weird
guys
shit.
saying
What-
it's amazing.
what
You
kind
guys
of-
taking his shirt off for some reason?
Yeah, they like swish mate.
Kind of noises.
They-
Right,
they
so we're
swish-
talking about noises that you find really attractive or soothing.
Could just be, yeah, like even if we took this head off and you just run your fingernails on there, it'd be almost like
Yeah, go. Let's hear it. Goit's doing some ASMR
like a
for
soft,
those. Just,
like a horse trotting by.
Yeah, like,
how is it? How are people getting? Are people getting off on it, or are they?
No, I don't know. I think it's more... It's
not
like
a-
a satisfying
You guys
thing.
saying it's
like
not a
watching-
sexual thing.
It's like watching those landscaping videos where people mow the lawn.
yeah, right. So it's only a noise we can create with the microphone, or just
Yeah, and then
in
they'll...
general?
No, but you're using this. You're like...
What is?
I actually like watching Power Gurney. You know, when
Oh,
someone's in the
yeah.
driveway.
Gurneying a dirty driveway
Oh.
is the greatest.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
God.
I might just start doing air tasks and just
Yeah.
get a gurney and just do it.
I got a great gurney, actually.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you
What's a
wanna-
gurney?
Those power
Power
hoses.
hoses. Yeah.
Right.
We get a bit of moss down where we are.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't even know what it is. Still doesn't even know what a power
You know-
gurney is.
Do you and
It's,
lawnmower?
it's what the
Are
guy
you-
that you pay for. That's
Yeah.
what he uses when he cleans your driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pablo.
Pablo. The guy that's not allowed to have eye contact with you, is he?
He's allowed with me, not the wife. He's a little shifty, Pablo.
Hey, we're going to finish with a big one here. Dear Drew,
Ooh, okay.
the segment that is sweeping the nation, to say the least. We've had a few phone calls. Just a reminder, the number, it'll appear at the bottom of the screen here, and I'll add it in post at this point here, but it'll sound like I haven't added it. That was the number. We'll have to do that later, Hugo. Just remind me to add the number in. No, Hugo. Oh, we just won't do the number. There you go. That's embarrassing. It's at the bottom of the screen now. If you want to call and you have a question for Drew in particular to solve a problem of yours, he will answer it and he'll open it up to the floor. Or if you have a question for one of the other boys, just call in.
Send
We
it
have...
through.
Sorry.
I said send it through, yeah.
Send through. We have 2 calls coming in today. Would you mind playing the first one, please, Thomas?
It's Angus here. Just a quick dear Drew. I just want to know, you boys obviously played professional sport or professional rugby, obviously. I just want to know, like, post-career, your struggles, like, following that and, like, getting into, like, jobs. Like, obviously you guys all work in the corporate world and all that now, and obviously Gibbs obviously struggles with it because he's still playing. But, yeah, just want to know, like, that next step, like, just the story behind that. Right, yeah, cheers, boys.
Angus, thank you. A little dig there for Goit.
Is it a dig?
Ah,
I didn't tell you that way. Good on him.
yeah. Look, look, it's a tough thing. I don't know if it's when you talk about transition, I don't know if there's ever an end point on it, right? I think there's still always going to be things that we miss and that we feel like there's a void from when we played and that we're going to try and fill. I think the biggest thing that you've got to have is self-awareness as to what void there is and how you're filling that void. So for me, when I first retired, I'm 7.5 years retired now, so I've kind of gone through a few different sort of stages of this. But I think the first thing I felt like I really missed was the repetition of skill, the mastering of a skill. Because every day we go to training, and like you could throw a sweet pass, but your next one could not be so sweet. But so it's just that pursuit of that perfection and that mastering of a skill. And then the other one was adrenaline. I think subconsciously we became addicted to this peak in adrenaline once a week on the weekend when we'd go out and we'd run out in front of anywhere from 10 to 100,000 people, and you kind of become accustomed to being in that arena. And so sometimes I think, and it's not just rugby, we see it in athletes in all sports arenas, that when you retire, often we try to fill that void that adrenaline spike with unsavory things, whether it's drugs, alcohol, infidelity, whatever it might be, right? But things that'll take you off a positive path. And I think that you've just got to be really self-aware and also have the support network around you to kind of try and check you to say, look, these behaviors aren't necessarily positive. And then you've got to sort of stop and think, what is it that I'm trying to fill? So, or how do I fill it in other more positive ways? So when I first retired and I felt like I was missing those two types of things, I was having a chat with a mate, Carl Giammarco, and he was learning how to fly a helicopter. And so I'm afraid of heights. So straight away the adrenaline box was ticked. But also you've got 4 controls. So you've got the control here and you've got one here that's sort of the power and the acceleration. But then you've got the attitude of the aircraft by kind of going around this. So that skill application for me was really important. Now I didn't want or I didn't have any ambition to be a commercial pilot or a piloted sort of, licensed pilot. But it was the process that I needed in that moment that was filling a void. Otherwise I could have gone down unsavory ways. So that was that. And then, fast forward a few more years, and then I started to feel like the thing that I was missing was structure and routine, and also the pursuit of outcomes, chasing outcomes. So that's why I then started to engage in my network to try and find a job in the corporate world, because I got a military upbringing. I went to school, which is very routine and structured. You go to rugby, it's very routine and structured, but then there's also outcomes that you're chasing individually and collectively as a team each week, season, 4-year cycle for the World Cup or whatever. So again, I kind of identified that and thought, how do I fill this, or how do I find something that's going to give me those things that I feel like I'm really missing and needing as well. So then that's why I found my way into commercial real estate, because the pursuit of outcomes in selling and getting listings and all that type of thing, but then also having the structure and routine of my week was really important.
So you guys are at different stages post-career, as in, so you're 7.5 years, Drew.
Yeah.
Then obviously Swoop, you're two and a half.
2.5.
So, and then gets your,
Well, I had a crack at it for a year, then
Yep.
came back. But
yeah. So is it resonating for you, Swoop? Are you kind of at an earlier stage than Drew, where you're, maybe not so settled in your corporate life, but you're then looking for that thing to fill those voids?
I think the biggest challenge in that transition is the weekly build. You've got all these boxes to tick, and there's this momentum built, and I guess a real selfish behaviour around preparation and process. And along the way, you're obviously contributing as a team member, but really what I really enjoy doing was being obsessed in my own prep, whether it's taking the time before training or outside of times with, warm-up, recovery, physio, whatever it was, allowing to allocate a big part of the day to that. And obviously in transition, there's a lot that happens at our age. Post-football, there's family, there's work commitments. There are a lot of other commitments that you find it hard to weigh and balance, because as a rugby player, as a professional athlete, you're completely obsessed, and you're allowed to be.
And selfish as well, yeah.
You're selfish, but it's almost, what do you call it? I'll cut this out. I'm trying to find the word. It's encouraged. It's encouraged to be. So, but then you've got the anxiety, not the performance anxiety, but you've got this weekly build around getting to the start line and being in that headspace to be absolutely ready to go. And that 80 minutes of competition gives you some feedback around how the week looked or how it went. And then you get to, I guess, reassess and start all over again. So you're chasing this weekly goal. I think in what I call the real world, in this transition pit, you don't get the amount of feedback that you get, particularly from the guys around you, or from coaches, or from a GPS unit, or a weights room,
or for an outcome each
week. You're not getting that feedback, so you kind of, in a position where you're not sure where you're at, and that may lead to a lot of the other vices that Drew mentioned. So I think it's just a matter of making sure that you're kind of always seeking a bit of external voice, or people around you, around forcing yourself to check in with others. To see what they're thinking, getting them to be honest with you around where they see you're at, and just kind of like really taking it a day at a time, and also just being patient. That's my biggest thing, is just trying to be as patient as I can, and also with the tolerance of saying no to things, not always taking a lot on, and just slowly working it out along the way.
And of course having Sundays for Swoop.
Sundays are for Swoop, mate. That's what it's about.
that was very interesting. I think for me, that 1 year where I didn't, where I retired, and then I think what helped me was just training, like staying active. I still feel like I'm not bettering yourself, but it's just, for me, it's a good way. Like usually in the morning I'll get up and I'll do something, whether it's weights, running, the cardio, something just to feel good about the day, and then I feel like I've started the day well. Then at the moment, most of my thing is based around the family and the kids. But mentally, I feel good. Like at this stage, obviously I need to tip into a job at some point. That first year, that 1 year when I retired, I had a lot of meetings but never found anything that excited me. And speaking with, obviously, these fellas, but even other guys that have retired, you're not going to find something that will live up to that same thing, or something that's really going to excite you every day to get you out of bed. So I'm aware of that. But for me, it's just, I find the key for my mental health and well-being and feeling positive and feeling good about myself and my family is being able to train and do something in the morning. I feel better about myself, then I'm ready to rip into something else. So I think for me, the one thing that I would have to keep is I've got to stay active. You know, it won't be every day, but whether it's 4 days once I find something, but that's kind of my thing.
Yeah, to your point, I used to avoid the question from others. Like, when someone would say, what are you passionate about? Or what are you doing next? I would just feel so embarrassed because I just didn't have an answer for it. Like, what I'm passionate about is what I've just finished. So everything that I thought about doing next always paled in comparison. So then I'd start to get worried and anxious that I'm not going to find something that I'm going to really dive into and fully invest in and commit myself to, because, you know, I live my dream. Like, so then what's next is never going to kind of come up to that sort of same sort of level. But then I sort of thought, you know, you're sort of starting to be almost a little bit unfair on yourself to kind of expect that, right? So it's kind of just then finding a different type of passion and a different type of purpose in that next role or whatever that thing might be. But yeah, I mean, that used to really frighten me and it made me really uncomfortable in scenarios that I'd try to avoid it. Then when you can kind of sense when someone's like, so what are you going to do now? Or, you know, like it's with the greatest intent from them, but it would make me so uncomfortable because I didn't know the answer. And so then it was more just like, okay, be okay with that, give myself a bit of time, be patient in that, but also be proactive and start to have these conversations with people in your network. And it was almost more of a process of elimination. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Because when you think about what you're going to do, it's so broad, right? There's so many different industries you could do something in. But then once I started to eliminate and start to narrow it down, it became a lot easier.
Have you got that answer now? If somebody asked you.
Yeah.
I
love what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
absolutely love what I'm doing. And, you know, who knows, in 5, 10 years' time, 20 years' time, hopefully I'm still doing it. But for now, it's something I really enjoy.
I think also what's helped me, will help me, is this. Like, still involved and connected with rugby. Yeah. That's why I really enjoy the podcast. You know, financially, it's not filling the pockets, but it's great fun. And, you know, like, it's filling the soul, I suppose, or filling your cup. Everyone talks about that. The drive up's a ball ache.
We know,
yeah, but the drive home is so much better just purely because I've had the opportunity to get up here. I wouldn't see these fellas, even though we live so close. You know, you'd see them once every 3 months. Now it's every week. It's probably a little bit too much, but still, you know, having something like this has made a big difference for me.
Very good answers, boys.
Dear Drew, is there a second one, or do we just cap it?
There is a second one. We might need to. That was deep. We might need to end with a bit of light.
Oh,
okay,
I reckon,
sure.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just so I feel okay.
Okay.
Just go. Play this next one, Tommy.
G'day, gents. This is Rusty, your resident Canadian, calling in. Question for the three of you, and Prof might have some personal experience with this, so please feel free to weigh in. Would you rather have all of your friends and family think you shagged your mum, but you didn't? Or would you rather shag your mum and have nobody know about it? Have fun.
Oh.
Okay, so for those who didn't hear that, Rusty, our resident comedian, so sorry, Prof.
Canadian.
Oh, Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There you go. He said, would you rather
shag
shag your mum, but have all of your family thinking you have, or shag your mum
and no one knows?
And no one knows.
I'm definitely the first one.
Yeah.
I don't care what everyone else thinks.
Yeah,
like,
same. But it'd be awkward if you haven't shagged your mum, but she even thought you had. Because he said all of your family.
Oh, yeah. The old man might be furious.
Yeah.
Well, Ronnie doesn't have to worry about that. Neither do you, Jules. But if the rumours are circulating, Mum, I'm going to choose the first one. Sorry.
You'd have to have the first.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gotta go first, yeah.
How as guilty as your conscience.
Yeah, I'm not that hard pressed.
Yeah. Yeah, geez, it's a tough one from Rusty Trombone there.
Yeah. Rusty's a sick man.
Isn't he?
What are you going to do, Prof? Man,
All right, this first.
you were sitting on the fence a little too long there, Prof.
No. And you know what?
I was going to say I don't know what you're talking about because we don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you got me.
Mm.
Sprung. Yeah, those
from
Canadians.
Yeah.
There you go.
Serious,
Yeah, pretty punchy.
strong shit up there by the sounds of things.
Yeah.
Good on you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please send in more Dear Drews. That was a good segment and a good place to finish this show. I hope I haven't forgotten anything, gents. It's been
Apart from picking your kid up from school.
Am I not? I haven't forgotten again, have I? Oh, God.
You'll be right.
All right. That was the KOKO Show, proudly brought to you by MYER. It's a massive thanks to MYER
Yeah,
each
amazing.
week for providing
Fantastic.
us with this, this little sit down that we get to do each week.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. We're on for another 2 here in Sydney, and then we head north. So, just a reminder, if you do want to get tickets to one of our shows, go to
Kickoffs
and kickons.com. Thank you. Druza, have I left anything out here, Tommy? No, we're all
amazing.
good. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been
Please.
so good to be
Gee,
back
you
with
dug
fellas.
deep. You're amazing, Prof.
Yep. Good on you.
I don't want to review the tape, but I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we're gonna... That's your microphone there. That's the...
I said, no, don't do it. Do yourself a favour, don't do it.
There we go.
Oh, wow. That is the best video on YouTube. You know what you need to do now? You need to like and subscribe down there. Or if you want extra content, might be down there, you need to go up here or up here and get more of that gear. Thanks for supporting Kickoffs and Kick-Ons, and we will see you very soon.